So he was looking for people who are able to solve problems in Babylon. Remember, in the Jewish or Semite culture, wisdom, knowledge was the ability to solve problems. That's what the world is looking for. The world is not looking for people who are full of data, full of knowledge. It's looking for people who are able to solve problems. Then in the Greek culture, the Greeks, they put a lot of premium on wisdom and philosophy. If they are saying you are wise, you are a philosopher, you are full of data, full of information. But in the Jewish community, they wanted people who are able to solve problems. So Nebuchadnezzar is saying, I don't want time wasters in my kingdom. So the successful ones now were going to undergo 3 years of training. Nebuchadnezzar was very clever. He said, we are not just going to take them as low as they are. We are going to make sure that they go and get into my university. Nebuchadnezzar had different universities. Universities of witches, universities of necromancer. So he said, now I want to train people of wisdom. Then 3 years, they must get into the university. That's why on the theological basis, the basis and timeline for you to get a proper qualification, they then pegged on 3 years. They are taking it from Nebuchadnezzar. So the mind of Nebuchadnezzar is saying, these people have arrived as Jews here in Babylon, but as they walk out of Babylon, they are walking out as Babylonians. Why? Because I have got a plan. But Nebuchadnezzar, he didn't know that among the Jewish and the Hebrew boys that he took, there was one boy with a plan against Nebuchadnezzar. When Nebuchadnezzar thought he had a plan, Daniel had a plan again. Nebuchadnezzar wanted to change all the Hebrews so that they become Babylonians. Daniel had a different program. He wanted to change Nebuchadnezzar and the whole of Babylon within Babylon, not outside Babylon. So he said, I'm going to play their party, I'm going to dance to their music, and I'm going to go to their colleges. Come on, can I prophesy like a field? So he said, in training, we are going to train them in our language. Come on, start a shout language. So the modules that they were going to start for 3 years were 2 modules. Module of languages and module of literature, nothing else. So he said, we are going to train them in the language of the Chaldeans. What is language? Language is a mastery of communication. Our world has been powerfully influenced by the power of language. God created the wars by his words. Wars has been won throughout time through words. When David met Goliath, he won the battle of words before he won a physical battle. If you are not able and adequate enough to fight and to win in the battle of words, you cannot win the battle that's physical. So Nebuchadnezzar, he said, for me to win them physically, I'm going to win them in terms of language. Wars from World War I has been won by the people who are masters of words. During the Second World War, Germany attacked Britain, Great Britain by that time in the Blitzkrieg, and bombs were being dropped everywhere. The Britons were killed, disseminated because of Hitler, and the ministers that came were chased because they could not fight and stand against the power of Hitler. Hitler had weaponry, he had arsenals. The prime ministers were changed year after year, months after months. But when Winston Churchill came to power and became the prime minister, he then went to